Hello everyone, welcome back to Tartan Samurai Gaming. And it's a bit of a guilty pleasure for me today. We are playing Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero for the PlayStation 1. A game that was very poorly received at the time, but which has kind of developed a bit of a cult following in the, 25 years or so since. It's a platform beat 'em up centered around Sub-Zero, and it's got quite an interesting story which really sets the background for who he is and why he is that kind of character. So, little preamble here. Introduction to Shinnok, who would prove to be the primary villain of Mortal Kombat 4, which was still about 6 to 9 months away at this point. Get Raiden, and there's Shinnok.
Only one mortal can stop it.
And so, our hero for the game, despite the fact that he's clearly a bad person, is Sub-Zero. And before we begin, we will just set our options. I make no apologies for the fact that I'm going to give myself maximum lives and maximum continues here because this is a notoriously difficult game. So that's all set. Let's get into it. First up is level 1, the Temple of Elements. Sorry, the Temple of the Order of Light, where we have to steal the map of elements. And of course, joining us on this quest to try and stop us is Scorpion, Sub-Zero's famous rival.
You will fail.
So once we get through this level, our reward will be that we get to fight Scorpion. Oh, that's quite nasty. Hang on. So where possible, you want to use combination attacks here because combos will build your XP faster, and you need XP in this game in order to unlock Sub-Zero's special moves. Oh, took a little bit of needless damage there, but it's okay. Okay, now we just want to jump onto this ledge and then down to the bottom, and we've reached our first checkpoint. And I'm going to take some health, and I'm actually going to use that health right now just to put my energy back up a little bit. There we go. Sorry, took me a moment to figure out the controls despite them being right in front of me. He's down. There we go. Ah, and that is the danger of this game. One false move and you can suddenly find yourself in big trouble. Okay, he's down. Now, to take this carefully. Oh, oh, just made that there. And thankfully that's the last of those columns, so I won't be sad to see the back of those. even on level 1, the villains in this game can pack quite a punch if you're not careful. And through here, we will have our battle with Scorpion.
The map is mine, Sub-Zero.
First of all, we want to try and freeze him. Once he's frozen rather, we can do a full combo. And notice the little blue energy bar beneath my life bar, that drains as I use my special moves, so it stops you from just spamming special moves needlessly. Quick health boost there, just to set us up for the rest of the fight. One more hit should do it. And we are not going to spare you, Scorpion. And the story actually diverges at this point. Of course, in Mortal Kombat canon, Scorpion kills Sub-Zero. Sorry, Sub-Zero kills Scorpion. But if you don't take out Scorpion at that point, you will see a different cutscene later in the game when Scorpion's Spectre form comes back to cause more trouble for you. And we have cleared the first level. Now we head back to Sub-Zero's headquarters.
Grandmaster, in honor of the Lin Kuei, I bring you this sacred map of elements.
Once again, our most cunning assassin and thief is successful. At ease, Lin Kuei warrior.
Greetings. I see the ninja has been successful in retrieving my map, as I have foreseen.
Let's get something straight. I am not a ninja. I am Lin Kuei. Scorpion was a ninja.
Ah, yes, your Japanese counterpart. How unfortunate.
Say what you will about the quality of the acting here, but the costumes are definitely on point. And somehow the production values still appear to be higher than the second live-action Mortal Kombat movie. Incidentally, the actor playing Quan Chi here is Rich DeVizio, who was better known for playing Kano in the first couple of games. And he's a guy who's a long-term presence on the fan circuit as well. Really nice guy from what I've heard. Loves to spend time with his fans and all that.
The bones of your arch nemesis and leader of Scorpion's ninja clan.
Our ancient
So, in what will become something of a very important plot point later on, Quan Chi has killed Scorpion's clan, his family, and pretty much everybody connected to him.
see, Sub-Zero.
So
You can trust a sorcerer sometimes.
that is all going to be pinned on Sub-Zero later on, despite the fact that he only took down Scorpion. He didn't actually take out anybody else.
This map you stole. It shows the way to a temple which predates man's recorded history on Earth. For thousands of years, the Temple of Elements has been hidden in what is now known as the Himalayan Mountains of Nepal. This map is the only evidence of its existence.
Fine. I get to the temple, and then what? What's inside?
A small amulet, worthless to you, but let's just say it has great sentimental value to me.
If it is so precious, why don't you get it yourself?
I cannot enter the temple until the four elements within its walls have been defeated. And I am not on the best of terms with the gods of your realm, especially your god of thunder.
Tell me about these elements.
I believe that's what they call foreshadowing. Quan Chi doesn't like Raiden, and I think Raiden doesn't like him either.
Wind, water, and fire. With your mastery of the element of cold, you have an advantage that no other human has, and that is the ability to defeat the elements. I have foreseen this.
So the scene is set for level 2, the Wind Palace. So you'll notice that The camera kind of zooms in and zooms out here depending on where you are in the geography, because we're obviously up at the top of a mountain here, and the game wants to reflect that by giving us a sense of scope. Now here you have to wait until you see a gust of wind. And that tells us it's safe to cross, and there we go. Now some really difficult platforming coming up here, especially with digital controls. So you want to jump and fly kick the bad guy so that he can't knock you off of the platform. Again, wait for the upgust and go over. Some pseudo 3D here, and camera pans out again. Oh, just made that there. Fiendishly difficult, this part, it really is. So again, you want to fly kick the bad guy, get them off your case. There we go. He's not going to be in the sequel. Now we're at a checkpoint here, which is just as well, because this is a very difficult part where we have to jump between these different rotating platforms. Timing is key here. It's very easy to mistime your jump. But we got through the first part. Now on to the second part. Again, wait for the upgust. Over we go. Down. And now onto this rope. And if we go over here, we can get our first urn. Those will come in handy later. In fact, sorry, that was not an urn, that was an extra life, which is equally handy. Now, wait for the upgust again. And up we go. Use some combination attacks here to build my XP. And up, and over. And he's gone. And go up here and we'll get our first key. There are 3 key items you need to clear this level. That's the first one. Okay, I think we have to go back down now. You have to be very careful with jumping here, because even the slightest long distance fall will take a life off you, so. Old Sub-Zero, he's a dynamic ninja with ice powers, but make sure he doesn't fall any more than about 10 feet or you're going to be in trouble. Right, now, that circle there is a glaring hint at what we have to do next, which is use the key. And using the key creates a tornado effect, which we will have to use to ascend to the next part of the level. But we don't have the triangular key yet, so we're going to have to head back down and head over here. And there is our triangular key, which is placed in a needlessly difficult position. And back we go. Yes, I had forgotten about the triangular key, as you probably guessed. Okay, so again, not so subtle signposting. We have to use the key here. And the door is open. Now this is where things get a little bit tricky. Well, I say that, every part of this game's a little bit tricky, let's be honest. So lure the bad guy towards us, and then freeze him, put him on the step, run in, get the key, and then run out again. because that fan will chop you up if you allow it to. So down we go. Careful here, careful, and we're clear. Okay. Okay. Some more very difficult platforming here, but we've cleared it. And now we can use the key. That will also give us a checkpoint, so we don't have to do any of that wretched platforming again. We do have to watch out for these crumbling platforms though. Oh dear. And that's the danger. One slip is all it takes. Thankfully we don't have too far to go though, to get back to where we were. This is the tricky element with having to press up to jump. If you accidentally hit forward instead of forward and up, that can happen. Ah, platforming. Okay, now onto another one of these parts with the ledges that will just randomly move out from under you. Oh, I've got to laugh, otherwise you'd cry. And we've cleared that, but still a little bit more work to do here. Okay, checkpoint. Most welcome. So again, the timing here is slightly different from the previous spinning platforms, just to mess with your head. Okay. And it's more of this nonsense. They never let you get too comfortable in this game. But thankfully we don't have to go through all of that nonsense again. There we go. And fly kick him out the way. And use the upgust to propel us to the boss. And Mortal Kombat fans will probably recognise this guy. It's Fujin, who made his debut as a playable character in Mortal Kombat 4 and was in big demand for many years, but apart from one appearance in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, where everybody came back, he had to wait about 20 years before his next canonical appearance in Mortal Kombat 11. And he's quite a tricky boss, as you can see. But we've got enough to beat him, surely. for him to land, I think, before we can actually, yeah. I'm going to use some health here because I have no desire to continue this again. Right. Now once he's down, we want to run over here, duck, and Sub-Zero will grab onto the ledge. And after a time, Fujin will simply explode. But of course he's back in Mortal Kombat 4, so whatever happened there, it wasn't permanent. And Sub-Zero is magically teleported to our next area, the realm of the god of Earth. Earth as in soil and rocks. So collect the 3 icons representing the elements of Earth. So in other words, pick up 3 random items scattered throughout the level, whilst trying your best not to throw your controller down in frustration. Yeah, at least this guy's being nice and cooperative in terms of letting me get my XP up. Whoa! Almost got swallowed up by that hole in the ground there. However, I believe here there is a hole in the ground that will help us. Yeah, this one. Nice power-ups here for us. Extra life and others. All very welcome at this juncture. And here is arbitrary death hazard number 1. The danger is that if one of them scrapes you, it will end up knocking you into the one in front of it, which will then completely obliterate you. Now, this jump is precarious, and we have to be careful, but we made it! Okay. Now, forward we go. Again, watching the crushers and the arbitrary holes in the ground, and these hack and slash things, which this time are right over a pit as if it wasn't difficult enough. And that's where the key is. Wonderful. So, we have to time this just right. There we go, and that's a checkpoint as well. Excellent. Now, with the square key, we can go back here and down this rope, I believe. Yeah. So, go down here, and there should be a door for us to open, hopefully. I'm going to be quick about it because that big platform above us is going to come down and crush us in a moment if we don't get the door open. There we go. Lovely. And that's a checkpoint as well, which is always a good thing in this game. And another monk here needing taken down. Oh, and we've unlocked the upwards diagonal ice blast, which I can't remember how to do for the moment, but I'll check it later. I've got a feeling that might lead somewhere. Yeah, okay. So there were 2 healths there, but we'll get those in a moment. First of all, up here. And now down here. Pick up those. Okay, so we're full, so in that case I'll use 1 for now and then pick that up. Okay. Now these guys what you have to do is wait until they teleport and freeze them just as they're going to teleport. Like so. It's the only way to take them out. Missed him. I'll get him this time. If he doesn't get us first. Oh, for goodness sake, this is getting silly now. Finally, got him. And in here, it's boss time. So what we do is hit the boss, then slide through, flick the switch. Ah, but we missed, but that's okay. Just try and keep the boss mobile. And as he comes towards us, watch out for the falling rocks. Kick. If you can, follow up with a punch. And then we want to slide through. And hopefully this switch can be activated. And clock him on the head. Yep. Now, I'm going to use my herbs. Oh dear. Difficult one, this. Let's just smack him on the head right away, just as a starter for 10. Okay. Fly kick, slide, and then flick the switch. That's your pattern of attack, yeah? And when he blocks, well, just ignore the block and keep going. And he's down. But unfortunately, that isn't the end of the level. So now, this will come down, and we have to jump on board. And this will take us up to our next key item. Back down we go. And now, out the way we came in. And no doubt these monks will probably have respawned just to annoy us. Oh, they haven't actually. Okay. Right, use the key. And that will open up the way above for us. Up we go. And be careful here because of course up is the button we press to go up the ladder, but it's also the button that activates the jump, and one false move with the jump and we will be sushi. So yeah, there is that consideration. Oh, more of these horrible little things. Managed to clear them. Hope I'm going the right way here, because I honestly don't remember. Right, we got checkpoints, so I guess that must be the right way. Oh dear, right. Ah, how's that? Oh! That would have been a very MK Mythologies thing to do if I'd just gone right down that pit after jumping over that hurdle. Let's see what's over here. Is there anything over here? Or am I just wasting my time? Well, there's an enemy, so chance for XP, I suppose. But that's about it. Oh yeah, Dafty, you've just gone back to the start of the level, haven't you? Oh well. Right, okay, and now that was the part that had opened up for us. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, use a herb, collect another herb. Up we go. Right, you hurry up and teleport. There we go. I'm going to use a herb. I'm going to collect that key. Is this gate going to open for us? No, but it gives us a pathway through, so that's okay. And we are not too far away from the end now, thankfully. That is the Eye of Invisibility. But we're going to have to use up a herb to free up space for it. So, okay, we'll do that. Now what's up here? I believe that's an invincibility power-up, which I should probably be using right now. Okay, use another herb. Pick up the invincibility shield. Getting that combo score up. Okay, keep moving forward. Okay, triangle. So that's our third key. And this should be the end of the level. Yes, it is! The level is clear. Sub-Zero teleports again. And as you can probably guess, the next level is themed around water. We are onto the water realm now. So, as you can guess, lots of whirlpools, falling hazards, and some electric eels as well. It's quite the mix. Two for the price of one there. Oh dear, he's a little aggressive. And he's down. And we are going to have to use a herb there because I got a little careless. Now first we want to go up here, if I remember correctly. Be very careful when you enter a new tunnel like that, because almost certainly there will be an enemy waiting there for you, and they have a habit of just aggressively attacking you as you try and move forward like so. So he's down, and on we go. Oh, and there's an urn, that will come in handy later. Now we'll leave that tunnel for now, we'll come back to that later. First of all, we want to go up here. I'm going to use a herb just to be safe. Because up here in a moment we should find our first key item. There it is, and that's our checkpoint. So here you want to freeze him and then jump across. And then dispose of him in whatever way you deem necessary. Extra life there, that's a big help, especially in this level. So now we're going to head down here, we'll have a look, see what's in here, but I think it might be just No, that's just a drop to nowhere, so we don't want to go down there. Now back we go. And there's a lot of traversal in this level, just going back and forth through the tunnels, finding the keys, and it's more of a frustrating level than anything else because you tend to get caught out by enemies as you're trying to move forward or as you're trying to land particularly precarious jumps. And of course, Sub-Zero, if you fall any more than 5 feet, it's a game over. So, let's see what's down here. Oh, no, that was not the right move. But we're doing okay. We've got our first key and we've only lost 1 life, so I'd say that's decent progress. Some good XP gain there. And we don't want to go down there. Can be a bit disorientating this because pretty much the entire level all looks the same. We'll just leave him be. Oops, I mistimed my final kick there. Oh, but he's gone and terminated himself. Thank you. Right, down here I think might be our first gateway, if I'm remembering this correctly. Right, so through here. Yes, this is where we want to be. So that key item that we just collected, we will use it here. You want to get on this little box here and just wait to be lifted up to the right area. Be careful, because if you fall in that water you will lose a life and you'll get a kind of a comical scene of Sub-Zero getting blown down a plug hole. So nothing there. We want to go across here. And there's the triangle key. Now that will open up the door, which was back at the other side of the level, which we ignored previously. A little bit oversensitive on the jump trigger there, Sub-Zero. Really is a shame that this game didn't really come together as it should have, because it was clearly made by people who really cared about the characters and wanted to make a good game. They tried, but it just somehow didn't come together as it should have. Still, I enjoy it, as do plenty of other Mortal Kombat fans, and it does play a very important part in the greater story of Mortal Kombat's lore. So there is that. I believe we want to go along here. Dear, I'm going to use a herb at this point because I do not want to have to repeat this again. So often in this game you take out one bad guy and then another one just comes right in on top of you. That keeps you humble, I suppose. Right. Okay, so this is where we want to be. So in here, pick up the urn, and now we're going to use the key, but then we're going to have to get out of here very quickly because all the water is draining away into that area. That now gives us another area that can be traversed. So we go back down here, and I believe it's through here. Basically, this area was flooded before, and now it's open. Sorry, not there, it's a little bit further down. But, yeah, the area that was previously flooded is now open for business. So we go down here. It's one of these levels that it's quite easy once you know the route, but figuring out that route can take a long time and a lot of trial and error and plenty of bad guys ready to smack you down at every opportunity, like so. Oh dear, that was unfortunate. Yeah, little things like that the game will do just to tease you. Just when you think you're in danger of competence, you get swiftly sent back to the start. But, you know, this is a challenging level, but I don't think it's unfairly so. You just need to be careful with it. Take your time and don't make any rash decisions like I just did. That sound of gargling water is promising. Yes, this is where we want to be. There should be a crate coming over momentarily. Just leave him there. We have more important things to deal with. And there is our next key item. I'm going to wait here for our lift back across. There it is. Oh, our man is still waiting there, eager for a fight, which we'll be more than happy to give him. Bye-bye. And he's down. Is there anything down here? There's clearly something down here. But what it is, I am not sure. Oh dear. That's a little bit frustrating and somewhat unnecessary. Now, I want that urn, so I'm going to use a herb here. I'm going to wait for the crate to come back along. Since you can't pick up items in mid-air, because that would be far too simple. Oh, come on now. There we go. Now we're going to have to patience here, because we're going to have to go through all this nonsense again. They could definitely have done with giving you a larger inventory space in this game. That would have made things a lot simpler. Okay, now we go up here. And I'm not sure which of these routes we should take. Right, that is clearly a door that we need to open. But I'm guessing there's probably a key we have to trigger first, which is probably in here. Oh, for goodness sake, come on. It's not even remotely fair. Okay, and we're on to the boss. And he's quite an aggressive one, this one. Lots of water-related powers. Oh, we've unlocked the ice clone. Lovely. Now we can just keep him in the corner here and keep uppercutting. Yep, that has no effect on him, evidently. Dear. We were looking comfortable there until I started getting silly. But anyway, we know his moveset now, so let's take him down. Oops. It's okay for him to hit you as long as you're hitting him at the same time. You basically want to trade off, because generally Sub-Zero's attacks do more damage than his do unless it's a combo attack. And there we go, he's down. So we move on to the last part of the Temple of Elements, the Fire Realm. Now this level is a bit more linear than the other levels that we faced so far. Got to contend with these flash speedster monks though, and these big brutes. But luckily they can be frozen. And then comboed, and then if you jump down here, you can just keep hitting them again. Fun fact, the actor who did the motion capture for the giant monk was also the guy who did the motion capture for Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. Extremely tall motion capture actor by the name of Brian Glynn. Don't know what he's doing now. Head down here. And we've lowered a platform, but we only have a set amount of time to get there, so we've got to be careful. And no, we've missed it, so we have to go back. I made the mistake of stopping to collect this herb here. So what I'm going to do is... do I actually have anything here that I can get rid of? Yeah, I'm going to use a formula just to make space, because a herb is actually more valuable in all honesty. So we'll take the herb, drop down here, and never ready to go. There, and this time we got it. So that is, well, that would be key item number 1, but first of all we got it. Make some space for it. There we go, and that's our first checkpoint. Oh dear, oh dear, Sub-Zero, come on. Now these urns are important, so we want to collect those. You'll see why later on, but they are important to fully unlock the potential of this game, shall we say. There should be another Hulk monk here, somewhere. Then again, maybe not. Maybe, oh no, it's a speedy monk instead. But they go down pretty easily. Now you will take a little bit of chip damage, but it's worth just running over those fire panels, because to actually try and avoid them is a pretty futile effort. Oh, and he's down. Only jump over them if they start shooting the large flames like that, because they will do more damage. If it's just your little fire whirlpool, don't worry about it. I'm just going to check over here. Is there something down here that we need to get? There might be, I'm not sure. Don't quite remember the layout of this level. Oh, it's another extra life. That's always helpful. Whenever you jump on a ledge like that, always do a fly kick just in case there's an enemy waiting there for you. He was actually waiting a little bit behind of where I was, but sometimes they can just pop out there, so you've got to be ready for that. Okay, now watch out for these. These will do quite a bit of damage if you're not careful. Ooh-ah. Eye isn't much use to us right now, so we'll just leave that be. Oh dear. I just leapt right into that one. Okay. Oh yeah, these guys can also teleport behind you, just because. Oh dear. That's gonna hurt. Oops. Just keep moving forward and jumping over the spiky beams. Watch out for Flash Monk here. So with these Hulk monks, a good strategy is to sweep, because it'll either sweep him and leave him open to a combo attack, or he'll block it, in which case you can also follow up with an attack. I'm going to use a shield here just momentarily, because we're in a bit of trouble health-wise. So the shield grants you invulnerability for as long as it's on screen, but that isn't long. It's only about, I mean, it's disappeared now. It's only about 30 seconds or so. I'm just going to leave him there. If he doesn't come after me, I won't go after him. Now, we didn't check down here last time, so let's just make sure there's nothing here that we've missed. Okay, nothing there. What's down here? If there's any more fire, I think we're probably not going to make it out of this level. Ah, there's a key. Good. I knew it wasn't a wasted effort. Ah, and an extra life as well. Good, because we're probably just about to get wiped out. But that's okay. That is okay. because we got the extra life, and there's a herb up there which we can put to good use as well. So what I'm going to do here is, first of all, I'm going to get the herb. Well, actually, first of all, I'm going to clear up some item space. What can I use here? Right, as I said, we want to keep our urns. They're important. So I'll use the eye, which is makes you invisible, but is pretty useless in the grand scheme of things. Now, we combine herbs with potion, and that gives us a full health bar of healing, which we will use later. Note that while you're invisible there, you still take damage. So, like I said, it's pretty much useless. Because if you strike an enemy, they will instinctively strike back at you as well, so it's not really good for dodging attacks either. Okay. Right, and down we go. Oh. Now, like I said before, enemies sometimes have a very annoying habit of just spawning right on the edge, so you have to jump kick as you come in. Like so. Oh, and that is the freeze and shatter. That will be very handy, particularly when we get into the later levels. That essentially becomes a one-hit, well, a two-hit kill. And I'm going to have to use my healer here. Where is he going? Oh, there he is. Yeah, block that. Right. Now, just as a showcase, here is how the freeze and shatter works. You double freeze the opponent, and then you can shatter them with one strike. Has to be an uppercut, though, I think. It's an obvious direct reference to one of Sub-Zero's fatality moves in, I think it was Mortal Kombat 2, where he did the freeze and shatter. Oh dear, we're back here again. That's unfortunate. Gonna have to be a bit more careful this time. So if you're very rapid with your jumps, you can actually avoid taking any damage at all on those fire platforms, but you know, I think you have to accept you're going to take at least a little bit of damage there and just kind of make peace with that. Yep, you do that, and I'll do that. Oh, Roundhouse also shatters him, so that's good to know. Oh dear. Yep, we're in trouble here. That does not feel very fair, I'll be honest. Right, he's down. But isn't his big brother just lurking along here waiting for us as well? Right, let's try using that shield again. And let's just see if we can make it to the next checkpoint. Oh, that's an extra life. Or something. This is where we want to be. Oh no! That's not very nice. Okay. Now thankfully we don't have to go back to the start of the level. these fire floors again, up the rope, and you know, just retrace our steps from earlier. Whoa! I almost, almost put myself into the fire pits again there. Jump kick here, just in case. Goodbye, sir. You are not going to be in the sequel. And sadly, there's not going to be a sequel either. Let's see. Okay, keep going. Watch out for these. Yeah, see, that's the danger with those. If you hit one, it can sometimes chain you into the other ones as well. And you end up taking multiple hits of damage. Oh dear. That's him down. Okay, we're low on health here. But we don't seem to have any healers. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to try using an eye and see if the partial invisibility will help me avoid attacks. Don't know how good it'll actually be, but well, yeah, the enemy doesn't appear to see me. I guess as long as I don't hit him, I'll be alright. Right, back we go. And we're in here. Oh, and there's a herb. We'll take that right away. Mix that with a potion and bump our energy back up to full. And there's the key. Oh, we were so close last time. What a shame. Sub-Zero, don't get stupid on me now. Come on. Oh, just made it. And, yep. Now we want to use all three keys. And this opens up our battle with the Fire God. As I said, that was a much more linear level than the others, but still quite tough thanks to those monks. We won't be seeing them again, thankfully. And here is the Fire God, who is basically a palette swap of Raiden. If you look at him, he's got exactly the same outfit, just he's on fire. But this is not NBA Jam. Now, do not think about using any of your ice powers here, because obviously the guy's on fire. Ice is not gonna cut it. The slide will work though, if you can land it. This is gonna be a close one. Oh, we got him. Almost. One more hit should do it. There we go. And he's down. Now, important plot moment here. This is the subject of Sub-Zero's mission, the Amulet of Shinnok.
The amulet! I have Shinnok's amulet!
Whose amulet?
He is my deity, ruler of the Netherrealm, and soon destroyer of your Earthrealm.
What are you talking about?
This amulet, it is the key to Shinnok's power as an Elder God. When returned to him, he will regain his powers and be freed from the confines of the Netherrealm.
I thought Shao Kahn was the...
Shao Kahn is nothing but a peasant ruler of a long-dead realm. Shinnok is the destroyer of all realms, including Khan's outworld.
destroyer of all realms. You are insane. That amulet isn't worth the bronze it's molded from.
Believe what you will, Sub-Zero. Goodbye, Ninja.
And obviously a lot of foreshadowing here to try and set up Shinnok as the new big bad, implying that, you know, he's far more powerful than Shao Kahn, etc.
Do you realize what you've done?
I was just earning my living.
Your clan's ignorance and greed will cost this entire realm. You'll now have to set things straight.
Quan Chi could simply be a lunatic sorcerer. I never heard of an elder god named Shinnok, or of a place called the Netherrealm.
You better start believing in both, because you're going to the Netherrealm, and you're going to bring back the amulet. We must act quickly. I have no dominion in the Netherrealm. You are reality's only hope.
I'll do it, Thunder God. Only because I don't have a choice.
Then stand back. This is a portal into the Netherrealm. Once through, follow Quan Chi, and try to get the amulet before he gets to Shinnok. I also have this advice. Beware the Brothers of the Shadow. The Netherrealm is a place for lost souls. If you fail, your soul will join theirs, as well as all the souls in this entire realm.
And the scene is set for the rest of the game. So our main objective here is just to escape from the Prison of Souls. We don't have to worry about keys or anything like that. We just have to get out of there. But easier said than done. And we will run into a couple of old friends along the way. There's Quan Chi, disappearing like the coward that he is. Now these guys have these nasty laser sticks that can do quite a bit of damage, so you want to disarm them as soon as you can, and then combo to try and build up your XP, because we are hoping to unlock a new move pretty soon. Well, he's nothing if not persistent. Okay. That's quite a frustrating recurrence on this level, is that characters can just hit you from off screen. There isn't an awful lot you can do about it. There we go. This all feels very unfair. Oh well, back we go. Okay, he's down, but his friend is here waiting for us. There we go. There we are. And he's down. So now we just need to wait for this hammer to drop. We run through. One more hammer drops. And onward. There's a herb there which we will use right now. Checkpoint. Let's just shatter this guy, let's not mess around. Those guys are the most powerful regular enemies in the game, so you don't want to mess with them. Wait for this laser field to drop, and through we go. Oh, that was a nice combo. And he's down. Wait for that to cut out. Pick up the herb. And Now we're going to get knocked out by the boss, but that's okay, we get to fight him later. Oh, look guys, that's just unnecessary. Oh, and look who it is. It's Scorpion. And surprise, surprise, he's angry.
I am a dead man, but somehow you have retained your mortality, which would mean you are vulnerable to death. I am Scorpion. You killed me in cold blood.
I had no choice.
You could have let me live.
Then I would be the dead one.
But my clan and family would still be alive.
What?
It wasn't enough to kill me. You had to destroy every last remnant of my being, including my wife and child.
You're mistaken. Quan Chi is responsible for their deaths.
Words will not save you. Lin Kuei, warrior.
And so they're going to fight once again. Incidentally, this is a reused asset from Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, complete with the same moveset. So Scorpion looks pretty good here. As good as he'll ever get in 2D. Well, 90s 2D anyway. I know you gotta move with the times and whatever, but I really do think Mortal Kombat lost something when they moved away from digitized fighters. It just took on more of a sort of an arcadey feel, which I wasn't really into. Notice how he has the harpoon now, which he didn't have in level 1, but we still managed to take care of him relatively quickly. And now we're on to the second part of the prison. We're actually outside the main prison gates now, so we're trying to escape. But we've got to watch out because the normal enemies now have these large sort of bazooka type guns. And pretty lethal roundhouse kicks as well. Thankfully we don't have to worry about Scorpion again. We do, however, have to deal with the ongoing frustration of enemies firing bullets at you from off screen. So it's almost impossible to dodge them if you don't know they're coming. And again, there's always the slide. We'll just jump over him for the time being. In fact, we want to get that health, so let's just take care of him. Persistent little thing, isn't he? Anyway, he's down now. Now we want to watch these hammers because these are deadly. Because not only can they take you out in one hit, but they can also knock you off the edge, like, immediately. Okay, so clear of that now. Yep, we've unlocked the super slide. Excellent. I'm going to fly kick this guy right away, and there's a checkpoint. There we go. And we'll just propel him over the edge. And now we can get to work on going up a level. So, strangely, you have to hold in the run button and then press high kick to move the lifts. How you're supposed to figure that out, I don't know, but anyway. More health, that's always a good thing. And there's key number 2. But I think we need to do a bit of backtracking in order to get key number 3. So we're going to have to contend with this fellow again. So just put him over the edge. And these nasty hammers. Oh, come on now, that's just not fair. I know it may seem like time wasting having to fight with these guys, but it's worth it for the extra XP. Save you having to grind XP on the last level, which is just insane. Once we get to that last level, it's just freeze and shatter all the way. Okay. Now, I think the boss is up here. Once we take care of a couple of these Muppets. Oh, go away. There we go. Right, I think we haven't been here yet. Yep, here's the boss. So there's a secret to beating him, but you have to be very careful. So basically what we do, jump kick, round, jump kick, and then jump away. Jump kick. Now he will block your jump kick, and when he does, roundhouse him if you have time. I don't think we're going to get him on this life, but it doesn't matter. Just go straight back into the fight. So like this, jump kick and then roundhouse. I think that's what we're supposed to do. That's what I remember doing, but it doesn't seem to be working this time. Interesting. You see, when he blocks high, we go low. When he blocks low, we go high. Try and avoid that razor blade at all times. Okay, time for some herbs. Now that big blade of his is a one-shot kill, so be careful that he doesn't fully connect with it. If it's just a glancing blow like that, you'll take quite heavy damage, but it won't end you. Whereas if it's the full thing, it will end you in one hit. He'll just shred you entirely, so be prepared for that. Also, don't bother trying to freeze him or anything like that, because special attacks do not work on this boss, because why would they? Okay. It's funny, isn't it? You know, this game is considered, you know, difficult in an obnoxious way, yet when Dark Souls does exactly the same thing, it's called, you know, challenging gameplay. Nah, Dark Souls is just as bad as this as far as I'm concerned. Go ahead and debate me in the comments. Right, so we have all three keys now. We just have to go over here. And there's a large statue of Shinnok. Now, in order to escape the level, we have to knock down that statue, but we can't do that yet. We have to pick up an Urn of Strength, which is back over here, I think. Yeah. I think it's over here. I'm not quite sure. Yes. Yes, up here. So we just shatter him, collect the Urn of Strength, and we can now escape the level. We could if we didn't run straight into an enemy's fist. Okay, so we have... Did we get the urn? No, we have to get it again, I suppose. No, I have the Urn of Strength. Okay, so we just go this way now. Yeah, you just stay up there. I'll just keep going this way. So many precarious ledges in this level. But we're almost clear. So what we do now is we activate the Urn of Strength. Right. Something went wrong there. I'm going to have to do that again. Okay. Seemed to not work there for some reason. Maybe I hit the wrong button, I don't know. Anyway, let's try again. It couldn't be that this game has a glitch. I mean, surely not. That's impossible. There we go. You know what it is? I activated the urn, but there was no sound to tell me that I did. Now we see the lovely Kia, Jakarta, and Serena.
A mortal can't exist here with his soul intact. Unless Shinnok allowed it to be. I'll inform Quan Chi. The two of you continue to track him.
So a little bit Quan Chi's got good taste in design.
Sir, a mortal has escaped from the prison of souls. He is headed towards the Sea of Immortality.
A mortal?
Yes, a mortal. With the ability to freeze.
Alert the keepers and send a full garrison to intercept. Make sure that he does not cross the breach.
The keepers? But he's just a mortal.
Do not question me, Serena. And more importantly, do not fail.
As I mentioned in an earlier video, Quan Chi's actor played Kano, and the Serena actress also played Sindel in Mortal Kombat 3. Laia Montalongo, I believe her name is. And now on to level 7 of our Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero playthrough, the Bridge of Immortality. Immortality definitely isn't a thing in this game, given the amount of times we're going to lose our lives trying to get across this bridge, but let's go into it and see how we get on. So we just have to, we've escaped from the prison, that's the prison wall there, and we just have to cross this bridge to get to Shinnok's fortress, which is the final level. Oh, extra life, that'll help. And here is our first sub-boss. The same as before, fly kick and then roundhouse. Although it looks very different, this creature has a very similar attack pattern to the boss we fought on the last level. I'm just going to slide under him there to give me a little more room to maneuver. He's a stubborn one, but he will break eventually if you keep pursuing him. Right, we're halfway through it now. Okay, herb time. And he's down. We have the first of the 3 key items that we need in order to cross the bridge and open up the pyramid. And as you can see, there's a power up down there, so let's explore and let's pick it up. Yes, extra life. Good, we're certainly going to need that the way this level's going. Don't even try to run through these, just jump over them, it's not worth the hassle. And these guys have had yet another weapon upgrade. And our next boss is up here. And it's the same again, but this time he has a machine gun. And that's okay, we'll take the hit there because we're gonna better off get into it with a full health bar. Problem with this guy is that if he hits you once, he can then chain 4 or 5 hits thanks to that machine gun on his arm. So be prepared to take plenty damage if you take even one hit. But if you're lucky like there, he might not follow up. And the general trend of this fight is going our way, so we should be okay. Famous last words. Right. Oh, that was a sore one. I am going to use a health pack here because there's no way I'm going through all that again. And he's down. That urn will come in handy later, so we are not going to use that right now, tempting though it may be. Oh, he's into the sea. Take several leaps of faith here because the camera is zoomed in too close and you can't actually see the platforms ahead of you. Oh, watch out for tentacles. I've seen enough Japanese anime to know that doesn't end well. And there should be another boss up here. Then again, maybe not. Don't even try to run through them, it's just not worth it. Now there's the pyramid, but we do not have all the keys yet. We only have one key, so we need to get 3 of them in order to get in. So we're going to have to backtrack. Oh dear. Right, checkpoint. So yeah, we'll continue from where we fought that last Guardian. There we go, I knew there was another one down there somewhere. This one's a flamethrower again. He's an aggressive one, this one. So again, jump kicks, and then if you can, roundhouse. Got to be quick though, because he reacts very quickly to your attacks. I don't actually have any health, so I'm going to use a formula to try and reduce the damage that he puts on me. Hopefully that's enough to see me through this battle. If not, it's going to be time to drop another continue. One more hit should do it. There we go. And this will be another checkpoint as well. Right, key number 2. So we got one more to find. But again, the thing is, with the way this map and such like is structured, you would never find that unless you took a leap of faith, which is kind of unreasonable in this game, let's be honest. Right, we know it's not down there. It's definitely not down there. We'll shatter him. That'll do. might be below here, but I'm not sure. But we'll see once we get past this guy, if we get past this guy. Nope, it wasn't there. And Sub-Zero's gone for a swim. Yes, we will continue. Okay, so we just need to figure out where this final key is. I'm going to check if it might be back this way, but I don't know. Right, we've already had a fight up here, haven't we? Yeah. We've already been through here. What's that up there? Whatever it is, I can't reach it, so it's not that. Unless, is there another way to get up there? Doesn't look like it. Oh dear, I'm just getting shredded there, that's not fun. Right. We'll find it, don't worry, it'll just take us a minute. Ah, what is this? No, that's the bit we've already been through, okay. Right. Right, it must be along here then, I guess. Don't let the tentacles hit you. I wish there was some way to just look down and see what was directly below us. That would make things a whole lot simpler. Oh, that was just stupid. Right, so we beat that boss. Now it's just a question of finding the next one. Okay, he's down. Now watch out for the spinning blades here. Oh, wait a minute now. Right, shatter him. Not that. Where is this thing? Okay, can't go back that way. Oh dear. Oh, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? They're not making it easy for us, but we'll get there. I think the last sub-boss must be somewhere behind us, because we've covered pretty much everywhere ahead of us, and the pyramid is right there, and it's not there, so... Okay, we'll just shatter him. Moving on. Oh, right, okay, that would have just been downright unfair if that had happened. Right, can't reach that. Back this way. Ah, right, here we are. I knew there was something down here. Something worthy of discovery. Right, it's not that. So we want to go down and along here. And then if we move through these platforms, hopefully we'll come to a boss. Or is it this way? Ah, see. Trying to deceive us there, aren't you? Right. So many blind jumps in this level. Ah, there's a gate, which means the boss is in here. And it's a guy riding a dinosaur, because of course it is. Right. Let's just keep jump kicking. I mean, yeah. But thankfully we're going to start straight on the boss this time. So again, just every time he bops his head, jump kick. I wonder, can we follow up with a roundhouse like we can with the other bosses? Doesn't look like it. It's a tricky one. Right. Not susceptible to freezing. So wait for him to attack and then jump kick. And sometimes it will just be downright unfair like it was there. But again, the trend is going in our favour here as long as we can avoid any unfairness. Wow, thoroughly unpleasant fight that was. I'm glad that's over. And there's our final key. Right. Now we can get out of here. And it only cost us a continue to find out. Oh well. Up we go. At least now we've got a clear run at the exit, so that's a positive. Still got a few more of those to navigate before the end of the level. Oh, come on! Oh, this is just... This game really does push you to your limits sometimes. Right, where are we? Are we going to have to do all that climbing again? Yes, we are by the looks of it. Oh well. Could be worse. I'll get back to you on how exactly it could be worse, but it could be worse. Up here, and over here. Over this platform. Up again. And we're back onto the normal level now. So it's just a case of working our way through here. Shoot for these things. As annoying as they are, I don't think they can take you out in one hit. I think that the worst they will do is like swipe you towards a ledge, which you might or might not fall off of, depending on what mood the game's AI is in. Okay, right. Getting there. We're getting there. Okay, you block all you want, mate. I will just kick combo you instead then. Okay, he's down. So, another leap of faith here. It's a shame, there's so many good ideas in this game and they just don't quite come together. It's one of those games that you really want to like it, but you have to just see that it's a badly made game. There's no nice way to put it. The cutscenes are good and fun in their own goofy way. The animation's good for the time, but the overall product is just not. It's not a fun game. It's very, very tedious at points. And I say that as someone who is a really big Mortal Kombat fan. It's a shame. But anyway, we'll still get through it. Right, there's the pyramid. So, just take out this guy. Ah, we've unlocked another move. Oh, you are not... No way. You are not going to take me down now. Come too far for this. Right, there we go. Key 1, key 2, and key 3. There we go, and the level is finally cleared. Now, these red guys are extremely tough, so it's not really worth trying to engage them in a fight. So jump over them if you can, and if you can't, then just freeze and shatter. Up we go. So basically, you want to find 3 crystals here, and place them in different parts of the temple, the fortress rather, in order to open them up. The gateway to Quan Chi's throne room. And you can finally take him out. But, oh, I can hear a bad guy. Where is it? There he is. And you're getting uppercutted, son. And down you go. And you gotta watch that, because they will just respawn behind you. And here's our first boss. And it's Kia. So you'll fight the 3 servants of Quan Chi, and she is the first one. And the fight isn't going so well here, but that's okay. If we have to use another life, so be it. See that? You want to try and build that initial momentum, so get a good combo in right at the start, and then just try and keep her at arm's length. She is still very susceptible to freezing, so use that to your advantage. That boomerang thing can be quite powerful though, so watch out for it. And she loves to instinctively jump kick, as if she, you know, it's as if she was reading your inputs, but obviously she isn't, because that wouldn't be fair. Okay, Kia is down. So, we now have 1 crystal, 2 to go. Watch out for these things. Now, I believe that up here, this might be where we would place one of the crystals. But not the one that we have on us at the moment. Ah, no, not quite. Not quite yet. These hazards are actually easier to avoid than the ones that you find in level 3, which is kind of bizarre, but there you go. Yes, so this is where we would place, I think, Jataka's crystal once we get it later on. But we're not getting that yet. So what we have to do now, I think, is go back down to the very bottom of the level. And I think we have to run along to the next section in order to access the next battle. But we're doing well. We've only dropped 1 life and we've already completed 30% of the level, so that's handy. Oh. No, sir, we do not want to engage with you. Thank you very much. Right, have we been here already? Yes, we have. That's where we fought Kia. Okay. So we need to go through this guy in order to. Thank you, sir. Oh dear. Well, we were going to lose a life there anyway, so it's okay. And we move on. Now he will. Yes, there he is. I knew he was going to show up again. Now, for reasons that will become clear later on, I am trying to build up some XP here, because it's quite important for the end boss. Right, now we can head back down to the bottom, and I will mix up a herb, but I'm not going to use it just yet. There'll be another one of these red guys in a moment. Yep, jump over him, keep running. He might chase us, but if we get lucky he won't. But his friend is waiting, so keep running. Okay, and now we're on this platform, but we want to go on a little bit further. Yeah, and that's the end of the pyramid. Now this guy will come in for an attack, and we want to just zap. Oh, that's not very fair now, is it? Right, he's down. Now, go up here, and we're getting close to the second battle now, and the third. So yeah, compared to other hazards in the game, those are actually surprisingly easy to dodge. Watch this as one of them wipes me out now, just as I say that. No, we're okay. Whoa! Almost tempted fate there. Right. I'm just going to check over here. No, but that herb will be useful. And up we go. freeze and shatter. And onward. No, it's not here. It's a little bit labyrinthian this level, but as I said, it's not that difficult if you just don't do anything too silly. And as long as you've got plenty of lives left. Right, battle number 2. And this time it's Serena. Now, Serena is one of 2 characters in the game alongside Scorpion, where Sub-Zero can use his fatality, but we're not going to, because she still has a purpose to serve later on for us, and we've unlocked the Polar Blast. Excellent. Right, I don't mind losing a life here, that's fine. Unlocking the Polar Blast was the most important thing, because we're going to need that for the final section. Oh, Serena's a determined one. Right, time to refocus. Having to manually turn does make this a little bit more difficult than it should be. Now, I am just going to use a herb here, because it's just not worth the hassle of having to repeat all this. And Serena is the toughest of the 3 Guardians, so once we beat her, we're more than halfway there. Now, we have the option of killing her, but I'm not going to. And it's not just because she's cute, okay? Before anybody says anything. So we'll leave her be. And now we go back out here. And if we go up to the top here, we can now plant the first crystal, which would be Kia's crystal. Yep. So that's 1 crystal down, 2 to go. But we can't plant Serena's crystal until the final, until the end. We have to get Jataka's crystal first. And I'm still trying to remember exactly where she is. But as I said before, having beaten Serena, we've already done the most difficult part. So it's easier from here on in. And now that we have all of the XP that we need, we don't really need to worry about power-ups anymore. XP rather. So we can just shatter these guys to our heart's content. And it's extremely satisfying to do so, isn't it? Sorry, that sounded slightly megalomaniacal, but bear with me. What's along here? Right, okay, it's not here. Could she be back here? Nope, not here either. Okay. I'm struggling to remember where Jataka is actually. It might be the case that she was back at the first section and we missed her. Let's just go double check, because we need to go back there to plant the other crystal anyway. Jump over red man, keep running. Jump over second red man, keep running. And here we are. up we go. Just gonna have to keep systematically searching through here until we find Jataka. But she shouldn't be too far away, hopefully. Oh, right you. I'll do the jokes. Okay, she's not here. Ouch, that hurt. Oh. Right, okay. So with that crystal planted, we go back. So I'm getting a little confused here. I'm not exactly sure where we're supposed to be going, but I'm pretty sure that Jataka is somewhere around here. I think we're definitely in the right section. I just need to work out where exactly she is. So let's just go over here. Try not to get hit. Right, she's not here. Let's go upstairs now. Ah, try not to do that. Okay. So we have to head back all the way down to the bottom. Oh dear. Whoa, I wasn't quite in control of myself there for a moment. Right. So the key first of all is to get down to the ground floor. Once we're on the ground floor, I can start to find my bearings again. As our previous exploits might not have told me where to go, but they've told me where not to go. So, as pretentious as that may sound, I think that's actually better. Right, keep jumping. Okay. Right, we must be nearing the ground floor now. Yep, here we are. Okay, so head along here. Watch out for red guys. Jump. Keep going. Another wee jump. Keep going, and we should hit the elevator directly. There we are, and up. Now, I went right last time. I'm going to go left this time and see what that brings up. It's not us, it's definitely you, mate. Right, okay. Anyhow, moving on. Right. Let's see what's up here. Well, there's some health, that'll help. That kind of makes it worth the journey, but not really. We'll need those herbs when we get on to the last boss, so it's all good. Okay, let's see what's along here. More dead ends. Nope, that's not where we want to be. Not yet, anyway. Ooh, a map would be very useful right about now, but I'm gonna have to make do without one. Wait a minute, have I been along there yet? Have I been along to the right here? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think this was where I met Axeman and found the herb, wasn't it? I think. Yeah. We'll just break up with him again. Haha, see what I did there? Right. Nope, we've already done this. Okay. Oh, this is getting tedious. Goodbye. Thank you. Right. Not today, son. I'm sure I remember Jataka's level being on the right hand side. Oh no, this is it. Here we are. Talking nonsense. Right. Slide is a good move to use on her. She's very susceptible to it because all of her attacks go high, generally speaking. So if you can't freeze her, slide through her. Unless she blocks it like that, of course. Right. I need to stop talking nonsense and just get on with the fight, don't I, really? Okay. Damn. Alright, use one of these herbs now. We're almost done here. That throw feels a tad unsporting. Wow, that would have sliced me in half if I hadn't have used the herb. Okay, she's down. Right. Now, with all three crystals in our possession, it is just a question of getting to the right places to deposit them. This kind of embarrassing to think how close Kier's room was to Jataka's, and I managed to completely miss it. Oh well. Not to worry. We're getting towards the end now. So we just want to keep going left here. Left and up, basically. It is kind of strange how this level feels so much easier than all the other levels in the game up to this point. I think it's the lack of imminent, immediate death traps that kind of helps it. Right, Jataka's crystal has been deposited, so now it's just Serena's crystal, which is in the center of this stage. So we got to go down now and go right. I'm not sure if this is the right way or not, but shouldn't be right. Okay, it's not this place evidently, so we'll just shatter him. Back we go. We're gonna have to go down another level before we head right. Okay. Very well animated, this level. Nice sort of marble effect on the floors. You know, each sub-boss has their own unique pattern on the walls. It's, you know, it's nicely put together. Right, away you go, you numpty. Numpty, there's a good Scottish word. Numpty. Generally means someone who's not quite as smart as they think they are, so... You could say I've been acting like a bit of a numpty for most of this playthrough, but, well, you know. I do my best. As mediocre as that is. Right. Up here now. I think this is it. I think this is almost it. Hopefully. There will probably be a bad guy here though. No, there isn't. Okay, that's a relief. Right, we've reached the top. So all we have to do is impart the crystal. But you know what? We're going to use our key here and we're going to go fight Quan Chi.
Welcome to my home, Sub-Zero. If you're still looking for the amulet, you can find it at the pyramid's apex, around Shinnok's neck. You've arrived a little late.
I was busy.
Don't you realize why Raiden sent you? The Netherrealm is a place for evil beings.
Fun fact, Quan Chi actually debuted in a little known cartoon called Defenders of the Realm, Mortal Kombat. Not Mortal Kombat 4 and not this game as many people would think. But obviously the plan was already there to introduce the character before they did that. So, anyway, time to take him down. He uses quite a lot of projectile attacks, and you can use that to your advantage if you can freeze him before he can fully complete the animation frames of his attack. Like, so just... And he does tend to block a lot though, so you really have to pick your attacks carefully. That's a good start. Not such a good move there. You see there, he used 3 different projectiles, and he has at least one more as well. So, he likes his projectiles. Oh dear. Right. Almost got him. I'm going to use my 1 herb here because we don't actually need it for Shinnok, believe it or not. Oh, stop teleporting, you muppet. Right. Literally 1 more hit will probably do it. Because we do have an assist incoming. Alright, I spoke too soon when I said 1 more hit. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, okay. Not to worry. We got this. Quan Chi is giving me a bit of a kicking at the moment here. I gotta get my act together. Dear. Right, we're doing okay so far. That has a very long animation, so you can use that to your advantage. Whenever he does that move, just move back and then you should be able to get a full combo after freezing him. He teleports very quickly though, which can be difficult. We've almost got him. Right, 1 more uppercut. And now our assist comes in. Thank you, Serena. And Quan Chi is down. But of course, he'll be back in Mortal Kombat 4. And him and Sub-Zero have got a bit of a unfinished business.
Why did you help me?
You are still immortal. That means you can escape the Netherrealm.
There won't be anywhere to go if I don't get the amulet back.
Take me with you. I've waited an eternity to escape.
You don't understand. I can't leave without you.
No, you're not going anywhere, Serena. Because there's Shinnok. Looking extremely smug. Just gonna... This boss is actually very quick if you know the trick. But I am just gonna take a moment to compose myself here. Right, let's get into it. So first of all, we're going to draw Shinnok toward us as best we can. Now, just here, if possible, we want to try and freeze him. That's it. Now, move back. Run, run, run. Freeze again. Ah, I didn't quite get it, but it's okay. Draw him in again. Right, froze him, but unfortunately took us out as we froze him. Ah, 1 more hit there would have been enough, but that's okay. Right, come and get me, Shinnok. Come and get it. You know you want to. As soon as the amulet flashes, freeze him. Then run, freeze again. And now we have Shinnok in his final form. Now, I'm just going to take a minute to compose myself here before I show you the final trick to get the ultra secret ending. Okay, so what we want to do here is use the polar blast repeatedly. But to do that, we have to keep recharging our energy using the urns. And we only have a limited supply of those, so we have to be careful. And he's down! And of course, that monster form would later be the inspiration for the final boss of Mortal Kombat X, which was Shinnok's demon form. Now, with that done, we're ready to leave the portal and finish the game. But stick around, because after the actual ending, there's a little special surprise.
Here. The amulet.
Impressive, Sub-Zero. Perhaps you'll reconcile your reckless past after all.
That's it? Not even a thank you?
Thank yourself for undoing a problem that you created.
Quan Chi told me that you sent me because my soul was tainted with evil. Is that true?
You are a superb warrior, Sub-Zero. Only you can control your destiny. Not even the gods can alter your chosen path in life.
Was that a yes? Or a no?
That was a yes. But only you can change it.
So Sub-Zero has a choice. Become a good guy, or fully embrace his dark side, and guess which one he chooses.
I vow to serve and obey the Lin Kuei.
Welcome back, my warrior. I have a new undertaking for you. It seems your exploits have caught the eye of another sorcerer. I would like you to meet the retainer of your services. His name is Shang Tsung, and he would like you to compete in a small tournament. It's called Mortal Kombat.
Fun fact, that is Rich DeVizio, who also played Quan Chi and Kano. So now we get the regular end credits. Ed Boon and John Tobias there, two absolute legends of gaming, for creating this incredible franchise. And unfortunately, this was one of the last projects that Tobias would work on, because a couple of years later, he left midway through the development of Special Forces, because Mortal Kombat Special Forces was, well, not a good game at all, and he did not like the way it was being rushed out to try and cash in on the brand. He wanted to make something that was, well, similar to this, something that really built out the story and whatever, and the lore, because he was very much that side of the thing. The lore was Tobias's baby, but unfortunately, Midway at the time were more concerned with profit, and ultimately, that was their undoing, because a few years after that, the company went bankrupt, and then um, they were the Mortal Kombat franchise ended up in the hands of Warner Brothers, where it is to this day, for better and for worse. We are getting more games, but they're becoming increasingly greedy in their monetization, and that is very unfortunate for Mortal Kombat fans everywhere. Shout out to Sal DeVita there playing Scorpion. He also did a lot of work on the NBA Jam games, the motion capture for those. So motion capture was his speciality, but not necessarily just martial arts. Carlos Pesina there also, he played Raiden in several of the early Mortal Kombat games, and his brother Daniel Pesina would also play Johnny Cage for Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, but then not 3 because of a dispute over him doing some advertising for another game. Long story, but you can look it up online. Dan Forden there, famous composer of so many great, memorable Mortal Kombat tunes. Nice of them to give their local Chinese restaurant a shout out as well there with the catering. Midway, I hope all of these people found other jobs. I'm sure they did. Um, it's a shame what happened to Midway, but as I say, it was largely self-inflicted at the corporate level. But these guys weren't corporate, they were just trying to do a job. Acknowledgement to all of our dogs. That's nice.
I am a freak.
And now I give you the outtakes.
I heard
Only
things.
unlocked if you can
I
kill
heard
Shinnok's
things.
final
I
form.
heard things. You are reality's only hope. You don't understand. I can't leave without the.
Wardrobe malfunction for Sub-Zero there.
Oh, I'm like, okay, don't make me laugh. You see, Sub-Zero, you can trust the sorcerer sometimes. Hold on, you guys got me now. Ah!
A mortal with the ability to freeze.
I forgot my line.
You suck. A mortal. I mean, a keeper. Sir, a mortal has escaped from the... Sir, a mortal has escaped from the prison of souls. He is headed towards the gates of immortality. Sir. I'm sorry.
Oh, she said sir. We have toyed with the ninja long.
Mortal.
Do not question. Forget it. We have toyed with the ninja long enough. Do not fail me. We, you and I. We, you, me, everybody in this room. Oh, you want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
It looks like they had a lot of fun with this game, which is a great thing. I'm glad that they enjoyed making it. Um, and hopefully that, you guys enjoyed watching me play it as well. And it's kind of a goofy credits here for all the different backroom team. Little in joke there about the Congressional Subcommittee of Video Game Violence, who tried to get Mortal Kombat banned in the early 90s. Well, that concludes our playthrough of Mortal Kombat Mythologies. I hope you enjoyed that. This is it's not the greatest game in the world, but it's fun in its own way. And if you liked this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. We have more retro gaming coming at you every single day. So please join us again soon here on Tartan Samurai Gaming. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.